Hello and welcome to another episode of Rapid Chess. It appear I hope you're doing fine. Today I will not play, just as usual, a 10-minute game, because today is a special episode. I teamed up with Jim from Jim's Chess channel and with Devin from ScienceSquares, which are two fellow chess tubers or chess YouTubers or people who play chess or talk about chess on YouTube. And we thought about doing something fun. So this will be hopefully just the first in a series of episodes in which we play and discuss or do stuff related to chess. And in this very first episode, we chose to team up, me and Jim, and play a rapid game against Devin. Now, what you're gonna watch to and hear is Jim is playing the moves, and I'm just discussing with him what to do because we're playing together against Devin, which is a supposedly stronger player. Just a quick pointer. I'm very sorry. My recording software was set to record the desktop audio, which is the audio which comes from my desktop, in a very low setting. So you're going to hear, you're going to hear Jim's voice as very low. So I suggest you crank up the volume. You're gonna hear my voice a little bit higher than usual, but at least you're going to be able to enjoy the dual commentary, which was done live. It's not technically live now, but whatever. So I hope you can forgive me for this technical mistake. Next time I will have the best audio I can possibly have, or at least an even volume between me and the fellow chess streamers. I hope you're going to enjoy this episode, so without further ado, let's begin the game.
So this is a game of chess between David and I, David from A Noob's Life, and the two of us together are going to challenge Devin of ScienceSquares. And Devin has just accepted our challenge. And can you see the board, David?
Yes, I can. Hello, everybody.
Okay, so you want the E4 or D4? Any preference?
E4, I think. I like E4,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about it. David and I are talking, and Devin hung up on this call. So he's playing against the two of us. So you want to go for traditional
Yeah.
Ruy Lopez or Italian game type of
Yeah,
thing?
I like to play the Scotch. I don't know if you're familiar with the Scotch.
Oh, yeah, we can give a Scotch a try. I sometimes play the Scotch Gambit, but...
Good. Then we could do that.
Okay, ScienceSquares said good luck, so I'll say have a good game.
In return, yeah.
Okay, so the Scotch would be D4 right here, right?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Play D4, and then after he takes, do you have a special reply that you like there?
We can go ahead with the Scotch Gambit because I'm not familiar with it, so I can learn by playing.
Okay, well, the Scotch Gambit is you don't take the pawn back, but you
Okay.
play bishop to C4.
Oh, you play a bishop.
And it's
Okay.
it's a surprisingly good gambit, unlike some of these gambits where you give the advantage to your opponent right away. Okay, and he's playing one of the main lines. See, he's defending that pawn. He
Okay.
his bishop. So, what are our ideas in this position? I can just castle here.
Yeah, you could, or you could develop the bishop, but yeah.
Another way to play it is to play pawn to C3 and challenge the D
Uh-huh.
pawn and turn into a real gambit. But I'll go ahead and castle. I think that's fine. And we'll see what he does. Normally, they develop the knight.
Yeah, it makes sense because they're also attacking the pawn, right? And what would we do in that case?
No, you could pen the knight. You could
Oh, yeah.
E1. You could push on with E5.
E5, yeah. E5 was my first instinct, but I guess developing the bishop is also good.
You're an aggressive player.
Yeah, but the trouble is I cannot defend.
E5, take that knight away. Develop the knight to G4 and just focus on that F7 square.
Yeah.
And forget about that pawn in the center. Who needs that D pawn anyway? Oh, so Devin is stopping to think.
Yeah,
He's
that's true.
getting his recording software going or something.
Well, It's still our first try, right?
He's quickly
Yeah.
going through his books to see what's the next what's the next move in the Scotch Gambit.
Oh, wow.
So this is a X is a move I like to play because
Mm-hmm.
it stops the pawn from coming forward to e5, right?
Yeah, it stopped the
Opens
push.
up a line for the bishop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just rook e1 in this position.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Hmm.
Or maybe even pushing to c3. C3? I don't know.
Or c3, or develop the bishop.
Yeah. To f4, you're thinking, or?
Bishop f4, yeah, looking at those center pawns again.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try that one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know any theory beyond this point, so, so we're at that stage where your guess is as good as mine. Just
Good.
try it.
Well, I always enjoy your videos because you have very different openings. You make different moves that I would make. So, but you often end up winning. So, I guess.
Yeah. Well, who is it? Someone, I get comments on my channel from time to time, and someone was pointing out that I'm really, I get into trouble in a lot of my games. And
Okay.
I managed to win in the game. So now I think I want to play rook to e1 just to defend.
Yes, just to defend. Yes.
Okay. And
now he could castle.
He could castle, or he could develop his bishop, try and bring that piece out.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe it's time to go with c3 next.
Yeah, that was my. Yeah.
You approve of that style? Okay.
Yeah, I approve. The noob seal of approval.
So that turns it into a real gambit. Up to this point, we had the idea maybe of getting that pawn back
Yeah.
at some point. And now if he takes, he doesn't have to take.
Yeah, my best guess is that he won't take. I think he will develop his bishop.
So in which case we will take, right?
Yeah. I'm making wild predictions.
And we get a big center, so it's like...
Yes, that's true.
They often will take here, though. I mean, I think both are playable. Probably taking is the more principled way to play it. Grab that pawn.
Yeah.
Hold on. I mean, it's helping us develop by getting the knight to c3, but it's not... Black isn't so far behind in development.
Yes, exactly.
Problem. It even opens up a diagonal for his bishop.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't see that. Yes.
So he can think about targeting f2 if he wants to go that way. And other ideas I have in this position would be, he did develop the bishop.
Yay!
Yeah, what do you know? So he's not being greedy. He's not taking that pawn.
Yeah.
Let's see. If I take, he can take back with the knight, and then he's putting pressure on my pinned knight, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Kind of annoying.
What can we do? Do you think that knight to d2 is a bad move here?
Yeah, I don't like knight d2. It blocks the queen's view of the center, although it defends the knight. I mean, I understand why it looks good. I was wondering if it's possible to play bishop takes f7.
Oh wow, really aggressive.
It's not possible because he takes with the rook.
Yeah.
And then I don't think.
What about h3? Is too passive.
h3. No, h3 is probably what I would do here. Let's go with that.
Good.
Ask the bishop a question. Is it going to give itself up for that knight? You know, if the bishop retreats and we play g4, then we can just grab that pawn on d4.
Yeah, that's true because the bishop no longer threatens.
Is kind of stopping us from taking on d4, but if the bishop gives up on that pin, then we can just do
Yes.
And if he takes the knight, then we get the bishop here, and we go on with our attacking plans, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is so much fun.
So So I wanted to try, what I was thinking about was trying to get in the move e5 somehow. Oh, he decided to take.
To take, yeah.
Well, I think I take with the queen, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Getting in the move e5 somehow. Oh, he saw through this. Let's see. He's attacking
With
the
his
queen.
science mind. Okay.
He's attacking the bishop.
Should we?
And if I take the knight,
Yeah. Yeah.
then take d4, he can take back with the pawn or the bishop. But if I retreat the queen, he's just going to take the light-squared bishop, right? That doesn't look so great either.
Yeah. I mean, I would take just
take the knight.
Yeah. I know it's not.
Well, it straightens out his pawns. That's why I don't like that.
Yeah, that's true, because you think he's going to take with the pawn, right? Yes, he has to. Sorry. Yeah.
Let's see. If we played queen to e2, and he took the other bishop,
Yeah.
take back. And what does that position look like? Yeah, I mean, I guess I would kind of like to keep the dark squared bishop.
Okay.
You game for that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
totally fine with me.
Okay, so we'll drop back and defend the light squared bishop. I really don't know which is better, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Clash of styles there, I guess. Take the knight off immediately. We'll see. Maybe he wants to even keep that knight. You might think that's a good piece, right?
Well, it could be.
I mean, it's on a good square.
Yeah, but he controls some squares and he threatens a bishop, but he cannot go anywhere on the king side, right?
Oh, that's true, because we control g4 and f3.
I mean, he could retreat to g6, but.
Well, you can just leave it there, and maybe something will develop. Like he could start throwing once forward on the king side at some point. If he just
he takes.
Back. And now
we can take.
He can take the c pawn now.
Yeah.
He can take back with the knight, or but yeah, now I was actually threatening to take that pawn back. Okay, so I'm going to take with the knight here.
Yes, absolutely. We develop.
Okay, so we finally got our free developing move in exchange for a pawn. We lost the bishop pair. I think he's played this pretty well. But what I'm thinking in this position is, rook to d1, put it opposite the queen, and then pushing the e pawn forward to e5.
Well, you're reading my mind.
Trying to come through. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had the same thought. So.
Right.
Exact same thought.
One thing about playing openings like this, the Scotch Gambit, these open games, is that sometimes the plans are pretty straightforward, not so hard to come up.
That's maybe why I like it.
When you play these slow maneuvering games, it's sometimes hard to.
Yeah, that's true.
Come up with an idea.
Yeah, and I mean, in the past 2 months, I think I tried to give a shot to this Stonewall opening or this Stonewall attack.
Oh right.
But I don't know. It just didn't click for me. So I ended up losing.
It's a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
You saw my video on that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good when it's working, but you have to play around with it for a while before you get the hang of it, because you're kind of maneuvering around those pawns that are clogging up the center. It's very different than playing an open game.
Yeah, it's too much for my brain. It's too much.
So I mean, it looks like a good attacking fun because you get all your pieces on the
but
pink side.
It's also a little bit of a.
Actually, I mean, what was it? Somebody suggested to me, or maybe I read it somewhere, that you should try playing different. Certain openings just to get a feel for the structure. That was why I took up the French defense, because the French defense has that particular structure, where you have this closed center, and it forces you to learn a little bit about that kind of structure. So,
yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, it's a learning tool, of course.
When you do that, you suffer.
You suffer a lot. Yes, that's painful.
You kind of get the hang of it.
I would push.
Okay, so just moved his queen out of the way. You would push right away with the pawn?
Yeah.
He can't push the pawn forward. We can just take it.
I mean,
pawn.
because if he takes, I take the bishop, and if he doesn't take, I take the bishop. I mean, if he pushes, I take the bishop.
The bishop is loose, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good point. So we push to e5, and then he can't take it.
Yeah.
And he can't push the pawn.
Exactly.
So we're threatening to create some kind of weakness there.
Yeah.
On we're hitting the knight, so he has to move the knight, right? Oh, he takes. Well, I can take back. This is a way of giving us a pawn back, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because
The bishop is hanging.
Yeah.
I can just take the pawn. Oh, but if I take the pawn, then he.
Does he have some tricks?
Then he just saves his bishop, so it doesn't give us back.
Yeah. That's I was just. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. See, how about if I take with the rook?
I think it's good.
He might play bishop to d6, hitting the rook, huh? If I take with the rook.
But then couldn't we? No, yeah. Bishop d6 is strong.
Rook back and defend the bishop.
Yeah.
So I guess I need to take with the bishop, or if I take his bishop with my queen, then he takes our bishop. And then we're 2 pawns down.
Oh yeah,
So I guess
that's
I
right.
should just take with the bishop, huh?
Yes, I think I agree. I'm sorry that I confused you with my theories. I just didn't see that by taking he would threaten our bishop. Sorry.
I missed that too. That's
Yeah, but I think the most sensible move now is to protect the knight, because if you take the knight, then if it has to take with the pawn, he will have some weaknesses, right?
right. So he's going to play rook or bishop to e7.
Yeah.
Defending the knight. It looks like. Then then we get the c pawn. C pawn is hanging. He played bishop e7. So he tried something else. He tried moving the knight to defend the bishop. So if I take the knight now, I get 2 pieces for the rook, right?
1, 2. Yeah, that's true.
Takes knight. So let's do that.
Yeah, I like this.
Hey.
Is this generally better to have 2 pieces in exchange for a rook?
Yeah, 2 pieces are worth more than a rook.
Okay.
In almost all cases.
Okay.
There probably are a few rare exceptions. But
I've learned something new today.
Yeah, well, just adding up the point values, 3 points for a piece and 5 points for a rook. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But actually, two pieces, like bishop and knight, are worth more than a rook and a pawn. Sometimes people think those are equal.
Okay.
They both add up to 6. But, in the early part of the game, you can often get a rook and a pawn for 2 pieces, a bishop and a knight, just by taking on f2 or f7, for example. And that's very rarely a good idea. You usually need a rook and a couple of pawns to make it worth a bishop and a knight, somewhere around there. Or a rook and a pawn plus some other compensation. Okay, so we just played c3. He doesn't want to give us the pawn.
Yeah, I wanted the pawn as well. So what do we do here?
Yeah, this is a kind of an interesting position. So we got all of our pieces pretty active. So
Yeah.
I think this gambit has worked out for us. We're looking at g7 with the bishop, but I can't find a way to. I would like to get the queen over there quickly, right?
Yeah.
To attack g7. I can't see. Maybe queen back to. Just drop the queen back to c4 with the idea of coming over to g4. It's a very slow move, though.
Yeah, or maybe
forcing move. Also queen on. What was your idea?
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of position where I have no ideas, but I was thinking maybe rook d1 so that he has to move his queen, but I don't know where, and then queen b4 or queen.
I'm worried it might be helping him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my queen. Well, it does leave the bishop loose, but I'm gonna play queen b4, like you said. Just do that right away. Leave the rook there until I decide where that rook really belongs.
Yeah.
Oh, he can pin the bishop. Oh, that's
How?
kind of annoying. With a rook.
Okay. Then we just play king to f or not. king to f1?
Oh,
No.
he kicked my queen. He kicked our queen.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's run over to the king side. Okay.
Yeah, but okay, yeah.
I'm moving a little more quickly because we're getting low on
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. No,
Finish
absolutely
what
right.
you say.
That's fine.
What were you starting to say there?
Oh, nothing important. I was just telling you to watch out for the queen guarding the g4, but of course, I
Yeah.
mean, needless to say.
Yeah, the queen's on g4, and I don't want to trade, so maybe I can drop my queen back to g3 and gang up on that g7 square with the knight. And anyway, yeah. And so if he puts some pressure on the bishop, now we can move the rook to d8.
Yeah.
Which unpins the bishop, and the rook is defended on d8. And then see where his queen goes.
Yeah, d1, not d8.
Take it away a couple of squares from the queen, but he might move his queen to. Yeah, he went to d6. It's kind of annoying.
So we need to double the protection. How about rook d6? No, that doesn't work.
I think we should just move the bishop.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, drop it back. And there weren't too many squares to go to there, so.
You're absolutely right.
Now, at least in this position, if he tries to pin the bishop again, it's my knight is defending the rook.
Yeah,
so the
exactly.
not really pinned.
Our knight is proving to be really annoying.
Kicks it with one of his pawns. Let's see, does he have any loose? He's got a pretty good position. He doesn't have any loose pieces. Okay,
Yeah.
He wants to annoy my knight here.
Yeah.
Wants to annoy our knight. How about queen g3 first, though?
Queen g3.
Ask him how he defends.
Oh yeah. Wow, I was all worried about our knight, but
Yeah, make threats come first, right?
yeah, that's true. Wise words.
And then I can move the knight out of the way. Bring the knight over to. Yeah, the knight doesn't have any squares, does it?
Well, I mean, he could retreat, but not really.
Yeah, back to g1. That's unfortunate.
b1, I think.
Yeah, b1. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so he played there. Let's see. I could try and go for an endgame with queen to d5.
Okay.
I think this is a better endgame for me, and then it will solve some of the problems.
Okay.
With
But doesn't it lose a bishop?
doesn't that lose? Oh no, you're supposed to tell me that before I move.
Sorry.
That's why we're a team here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens to me. I fall apart.
Well, that's okay.
Good move. And his rook is defended there. Oops. Well,
I have some bad influence on you.
At least you weren't at fault for this one.
No. It's my bad influence, Well, let's see. Let's continue just for a little bit.
Well, I've got a knight for. I'm just down the exchange, so I'm going to play g6 here and move my king off the back rank.
Okay.
G3 rather.
G3, yeah.
Because I wanted to bring my knight into the game, and it's still having trouble finding.
Yes,
moves.
that's true.
I couldn't play knight to. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I could have played knight to d1.
Okay.
He wants to trade.
Yeah.
I think trading is not good for me. So I want to keep the material on if I can. Yeah, anyway, my idea was to play king to g2 so I could play a move like rook to d1 and not have to worry about his rook coming down to e1.
Yeah, but he... Yeah.
And the knight. Yeah, knight to d1. But he's got that covered now. He's got the knight. All the knight squares covered. Yeah, so he kicks the knight.
The only square is b1. No, we could also go to a4.
I can't go to the back rank, so I have to go to a4.
a4. Yeah.
Going to the back rank loses
a piece, yes.
I never managed to get king to g2. Well, now I get to play king g2, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
That. Okay, he's going to double on the back rank.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. Is that mate? Is he mating me?
Yeah, I mean, if yeah, G1, you go to H1. Okay, yeah.
I have to. I'm trying to give myself a route out
Mm-hmm.
here, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He might mate me anyway.
How about a desperate exchange here?
Some kind of exchange sack.
Yeah, the desperate rook to E3.
Rook E3. Oh, rook E3 check.
Yeah.
Would be forcing an exchange.
Yeah.
But that's a very bad endgame.
Yeah, I know.
One rook versus one knight.
I know.
So I'm going to try and survive this, and if he mates me, well.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a mate.
Just into the game.
Yeah, I think he has a mate. Rook G1, then you go King H2, Rook H2, King G2, Rook
King
G1. Oh, King G3. Yes, that's true. You escape.
Why I did that. That's why I pushed the G pawn forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I should move the rook somewhere. Or my knight. He's taken away my square.
Wow.
So, am I ready to get desperate here?
He's cruel.
Yeah, this guy's mean. So I can go here.
Yeah.
Right away. You can start taking pawns, though. That's probably his simplest way to a win.
Yeah, to win.
Start taking pawns.
And now you have to move your king, or otherwise he will force the trade. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, but well, if he repeats moves, we could go for a draw here. He doesn't do that.
No. No.
Never know. So I want to play knight to b7 and pick up this pawn, but he's not going for that either. So let's drop back and kick his rook. Kick his rook. He pins my knight.
Oh, now he can play rook to H3.
Yeah, he can play rook H3 now. Do I have anything clever? I don't have anything good here.
Maybe pushing the pawn, or is it useless?
Let's try it. That's an idea. That's a good idea.
I hope he doesn't give too many checks now. I mean, the B2 pawn is protected. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the B2 pawn was protected by the knight and the rook. This pawn is not so protected.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah, clever move.
Defend that pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I think we had a good game up until the point when I lost that bishop for no reason.
And my reflexes were too short. He's got 17 seconds, Jim.
I moved too fast, and you didn't have time to. Well, let's see. That's good. He's giving us a pawn back in order to force that exchange and go for this end game. So it's still ace pawn up. A pawn plus the exchange. This should be a winning end game for him. He just goes for the king and pawn endgame.
Okay.
King and endgame, probably.
So you think he will win for sure, no matter what?
Watch his technique here.
Yeah, I mean, I have something to learn in every game, so.
See, he kills a move there.
Yeah.
Means a tempo.
So now if we go to the queen side, he goes to the king side, and if we go to the king side, he goes to the queen side. Is this what you mean?
Right.
Okay.
And then it'll turn into a race one way or another. I chose this side because the white pawn over here on the king side is one step closer.
Okay.
But he is still, I think, a little faster than we are, right? So I'm going to take here and push this pawn forward. He's got to take once more. I'm going to get a queen here, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why he didn't take on b3. Oh yeah, no. That's okay. I mean, he took.
Need to take both of those pawns,
Yeah, that's true. Well, double pawns are not always bad.
Yeah, I mean, If he had tried pushing the pawn, I would have had to take, so maybe that would
Yes.
have worked. Yeah, so
We'll
queen
take a queen, and maybe we'll also check him with the queen.
and a queen with check, which is
Mind blowing.
fortunate, but
Okay,
so
Jim.
is there any way to hold this?
Yes, I'm relying on your skills.
I don't know. This is still probably winning for
Well, we shall see. How about rook? Yeah, queen g7.
queen g7. Probably still winning for black.
Yeah, I think so, but
because I can play various things to try and.
oh wow, I didn't see this move. Okay.
That was a pin, you see.
Yeah, that was a pin. Yeah.
And,
well, you could play queen f5, or okay.
Yeah, it's hard to make progress here, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Keep an eye on those pawns.
Wow, what an end game. How about the? Okay, yeah.
Just stop that pawn from queening.
Yeah.
He keeps pushing them forward.
Wow.
Bring my king closer. So he gave up this pawn.
Yes, he did. Oh my god. Now you just take the c. Oh wow.
This is a mate, right? He has
Yeah.
to push the pawn forward.
Queen to c3.
There you go.
So c1.
So you never win by giving up.
Oh my god.
Add
Oh,
Devin back
man.
to the call.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. Wow. So that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I had a crazy fun time doing it. I mean, I hope there will be other episodes. Let me know if you liked the concept and if you enjoyed the game by leaving a comment and leaving, of course, a thumbs up or down, depending on if you like this episode or not. I had a bad influence on Jim, and we managed to blunder a piece, but in the end, what a cool game. Anyways, thank you so very much for watching. Bye.